Everton have only scored 26 goals this season, but 8 of their outfield players have found the net. Highest, of course, like shared, but Doucouré unavailable. But Calvert-Lewin and Harrison with 3 each, second highest scorers. Haaland with 14 Premier League goals, but again hasn't scored since November in this competition. And the very end of November, scored in the Champions League against German side RB Leipzig. Now Doku, from a Rennes player, big money signing. We'll give it back to Edison in goal. Doku coming over for 68 million euros in the summer. 3 years with the French side, Rennes. Now it's Stones working his way forward. Should be a free kick going against Everton because Tarkowski came off his line to bring down Alvarez, the World Cup winner from a River Plate striker. Scored 60 goals there in all competitions in the Argentinian league to the Cups and also the Copa Libertadores. And Ake tries a long ball towards Haaland, picked off though, and for now Everton holding their lines, mopping up what they can at the back. It's also Godfrey, young, short passes, goes through the legs of Ake. Now there's a couple of swift passes forward for Everton, but it's tight spaces, and it's well worked by Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Now the long ball out to the left channel. Everton can surge forward. Mikolenko will lay it back. The cross will come in over the heads of Calvert-Lewin. Brought back down by Young. It's back into the middle. A dangerous ball seen away. And Manchester City this time under pressure. Rodri getting back. He's scored 5 times this season, 3 assists, and he's never lost in his past 52 matches. Whenever he's played for City, 52 matches in 52 weeks, no losses. That's impressive. Undefeated in 52. Not sure if there's some kind of record in there, but that's a stat. It's interesting enough. Doku now trying to scamper forward, and he'll take it through the legs of his opponent, but then give it away. And Everton come down through the right half space. Edison comes out and will lose control. He's spilled possession. Referee John Brooks, match official today, has seen a foul. And Edison, the keeper, might need some attention. He's been up against the Ben Godfrey that came into the box to offer some support to Calvert-Lewin. The give and go. Godfrey wanted to receive it back from the Everton number 9. Scored 50 Premier League goals. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So a quick stoppage in play here, as Godfrey might need some attention. Maybe Edison as well. Everton coming off the better in that skirmish. But a good, positive piece of play down the left. Good cross in over the head of their striker, though. Then Ashley Young, using his experience to locate the run from Ghana that came through. City able to clear their lines. And Edison still getting some attention. The opposition coach, Sean Dyche, saying that Everton must believe that they can beat Manchester City today. He said, I think you have to have a group belief that you can challenge these kinds of teams. Toffee's boss said before the match in the press conference, doesn't want to rely on any particular players, but you have to take all these games on. That's the mentality that they want to continue to build. Onana back to the bench. 4 changes for City. We might have the first of the game here with a goalkeeping change, but the 4 changes from the Brentford were Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, Gvardiol and Walker. In came Doku, Nunez, Akanji and Stones. Everton midfielder Abdoulaye Doucouré still not rejoined the team training with his hamstring injury, and then restricted him to just 1 appearance in the last 10 matches. Manchester City, though, at full strength. No absentees for Monday's win over Brentford either. hat-trick hero Phil Foden still yet to get into this game. It's 0-0 at the Etihad Stadium. We're into the 10th minute of play, and there's been an altercation. If you just joined us, an injury to Edison, with also Nathan Ake and Ben Godfrey in a tussle in the attacking area for Everton. The keeper bravely came out and took on the challenge. This side on the verge of a double treble. Never been done ever. And Edison looks okay. He's just wiping his face off, and he's got the ball back at his feet, dropped by referee Brooks. He'll come to the edge of the area and we'll get back underway into the 11th minute. Waits for Calvert-Lewin to come as close as possible, and he goes with the cricket ball out to the right pocket. He's found Stones out there. And Diaz back to the keeper, out for Ake. There's a lot of space between he and the press for Everton. They've just stood off it. It's a zonal man marking approach from Dyche's side. Now, with the score still at 0-0, Everton will be hoping that they can upset City for the first time in a long time. They haven't beaten City since the 2017-18 season on match day 21. It was a 4-0 win, but that was at home. Lukaku, Morales, Davis and Lookman with the goals. 4-0 drubbing. So that's the last win for Everton over City. Last season, though, they came here and got a 1-1 draw. That was done by Gray. Also in 2022, the last time that they played here. And also Haaland on the score sheet. Also got a 1-1 draw in 2017. You can see all this in the head-to-head section on the flash score up. Sterling and Wayne Rooney coming back to finish his Premier League days. Recently sacked as the Birmingham City manager. City coming forward, Haaland coming deep into his own half. Back to the right side with Stones, trying to work out a system to move forwards. Then Akanji over to Ake from Rodri, still in their own half though. They've given it away. Well done by Godfrey to pick up the loose ball, and down the right touchline, Young put that into the channel, and Harrison couldn't quite get there. It's back with the City defence, and they'll lob it over the head of Haaland. Was he held on to? Referee said no, so it's picked up by Brentford. Back to Pickford. Doesn't waste any time. Goes first hit over the head of Idrissa Gueye, 34-year-old Senegalese. Played 3 AFCON matches. 1 goal in for his 16th appearance today in his second stint with Everton. Spent a few years with PSG, and he has given away a free kick against Doku. 14th minute of play at 0-0. Back with Rodri, 45 yards away, centre field. Now it's swept out towards Doku. Here come the ball rolled under the foot. Some support there by Nathan Ake, 28-year-old Dutch defender. 4th reasons leaving Bournemouth. Now it's Akanji, the Swiss. A decent ball over towards Foden, but a good header away from Mikalenko. Made the run down the line. Pickford will go long. It's a desperate clearance, and then back comes Calvert-Lewin. Can't find Harrison or Ghana, and City still a spot of bother here in their right pocket at the back. It's with Edison though, they've worked it out brilliantly. 76% of the ball with the home side this early on, and we're just ticking over into the 15th minute, and it's a poor giveaway by Akanji. Here comes Calvert-Lewin, needs to find the player on the left side. He goes for the lob over Edison instead, and he's wasted a golden chance to spread play out to the left half space where Dwight McNeil was running into. Still needed to beat the player if he did receive there, but Calvert-Lewin going for the glory instead of the sensible option. Manchester City recovering well after giving it away. It was a high offensive turnover, and Everton of their half their goals, 26 of them, and 13 of those have been scored from set pieces. That's the highest percentage in the league. It's not the highest amount of goals. 14 Arsenal have scored from set pieces, but in terms of percentage, 50% is the highest. That is Everton. City with 54 goals scored, and the news is that they've been able to delay proceedings. Potential punishment coming towards them, as Everton have already been done over for with getting all those points deducted. 19 points for Everton now, and it's a game of season management for them, not just taking each week head on, game by game. City with no such problems. And Doku back for Ake. Still Everton with 3 in that first line of defence. They try to go back to Jeremy Doku, one of many players that have made the journey to City with 50 to 70 million euro signings. You can see those values on the flash score up now. It's been one of the brilliant updates. His flag gone up, and it was because Ashley Young picked the ball up in the right channel and immediately passed forward towards Harrison, but didn't go anywhere. He was never anywhere near the goal in any case. And it's with Ake once more. Kanji coming very central to offer that midfield role that we saw from John Stones, where he would be the inverted fullback that comes in. Stones playing centrally, and Guardiola having to mix things up because everyone has found him out on occasion and is trying to stay one step ahead of his opponents. He's got the wood over Sean Dyche, met 17 times and beaten him 16. Dyche again, as I said at the top of the broadcast, in his 300th Premier League game today, so it could be a good one for him if they can avoid defeat and get up to 20 points. The win would take them above Luton and Forest into 16th place, to safety. If they do appeal and get those points back, they'll go well up the table. For now, it's with Diaz. Now to Ake once more. It's a careful-looking Manchester City lineup. They know that Everton are fierce opponents. Guardiola did address that before the game. Diaz now spread out towards Stones. Haven't seen too much of him. He goes with a long aerial pass, route 1, picked up by Mikolenko, Ukrainian, with a measured ball forward. Calvert-Lewin won't get there, but it's taken away. The pass towards Alvarez and Haaland, and again Everton can come forward. Interception. It's about trying to psych Everton out in this early 20-minute period. Pickford, 29-year-old goalkeeper, in for his 24th game. It's every single game for Everton. And Ederson in for his 22nd, meaning he's just missed the one. And very nearly saw him come out of the game with an early injury in this, with a collision from Godfrey and Ake. Frustrated look on the face of Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola. He's not having it his own way. Everton not gung-ho, not impulsive, but all of a sudden it's fallen to Haaland. He's got the run through here with Alvarez coming forward, Foden running to the opposite side, in from the left with a curling effort. Had the sting taken out of it immediately as it was blocked. Now Doku, fleet-footed, the Belgian goes, and again the block comes, and it's smashed away by Tarkowski. Tremendous defending, world class in fact, from the 31-year-old Everton captain. So they'll start again with Matheus Nunes. City coming down the left, and Godfrey and Young just jockeying him back in for Ake. Now Akanji. So it looks as though John Stones is playing on the right side of the fence. Is that a ploy for the opening half? Back for Diaz, who was imperative against Brentford. Some vital interventions. Brentford beating City twice last season, and City will play them twice in this month. One of them is the catch-up game. They want to play so that they can establish a potential lead above Liverpool and Arsenal. And Matthias Nunes, once more, another big money signing, 62 million euros from Wolves in his second season. In his 10th game, he's provided 2 assists in this one. John Stones, the ex-Evertonian, 8 years since he left. And he played 77 Premier League games for them. In front of him is Foden, goes back in bounds. Now Akanji, and for Rodri. Pivot and a turn from Akanji, and City are going backwards because Everton have set up a good tilt on that side. So again, triangular passing, trying to figure out a passing lane through. It's not really coming off for City here in the early kickoff. Plenty of other games available on the Flash Score application this afternoon. This is the first of a few. Go to those games in a second. There's Doku again working the left side, back in for Ake. Goes with a long diagonal cross. It's accurate. Foden will keep it in. It's up against Mikolenko. Then McNeil comes over. 3-on-2 in Everton's favour over there. Shut it down. And again, excellent defensive work. A square ball inbound for Ake. Trying to find Doku a little closer to goal than what Foden was. And he's coming in from the left, tried to cut it back on his left boot. Again, it's Godfrey, who has been splendid in this game so far. It's going to take a monumental effort to keep City out for the entirety of the game. Now Ake. It's won a throw. It's come off Guaya. Left side, this throw's coming about 20 metres back from that left corner flag, and Ake will work it to Rodri. Gets around Harrison quite easily. Then a square pass to get Stones involved. Here's Foden. All of a sudden, plenty of sky blue shirts there. Foden on a hat-trick performance last week. Went for goal, and again, it is some incredible defending from Everton. Ball isn't even getting past the first line of defence to worry Pickford. No saves made by either keeper. Again, Doku puts it forward, and it's a real fierce sliding challenge. Foden made his way over to the left to support Doku. Tarkowski came out and made sure it went behind halfway through the first half. 0-0 at Etihad Stadium, and they've gone out for a throw. That's how good the defending was. In fact, it is a throw. Now Alvarez, very deep in the centre of midfield. Can he work some of his magic and get Erling Haaland back into goal-scoring form? Big Norwegian waiting for his moment. He's into the box now. Has to get it onto his left foot. Usually can unleash and be fatal from those situations, closed down by 3 defenders, and here comes Everton in transition. McNeil wins a vital tussle, puts the ball through, and can't quite beat the back line for the run of Ashley Young. Still offering plenty, even though he was in the deep winter of his career. Evergreen at 38 years old. Now a ball lofted in from the right wing on the left boot. Everton again standing firm and played away. His outstanding pass for Calvert-Lewin. He was again outnumbered, waiting for some support. The cavalry never arrived. Game starting to open up, and Everton starting to get a footing in this game. Back from Young to Guaya, who won the ball centrally. The 1-2 with Young, cut off by Diaz. A sliding challenge. Wins the ball back for the home side. The Citizens looking the better of the two. The other games coming. 3 o'clock kickoffs. Fulham, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Burnley, Luton, Sheffield United, which will be all important. Tottenham, Brighton, Wolves and Brentford. So an array of options for you to listen in. The Flash Score audio broadcasts. And the late game is Nottingham Forest against Newcastle. Also have some Bundesliga and Serie A action, and La Liga also Eredivisie, if that's your thing. Doku. Wonderful to get around Godfrey. It's dangerous here. The ball played in 4 yards away from goal, and again Everton through Braithwaite. Mikolenko teaming up. It's a ball down the right channel. There's a real physical battle there between Diaz and Calvert-Lewin. We'll see that play out for the rest of this game. What's the referee saying here? Is it a foul against the City captain? Number 2, we're wrestling for the ball on the touchline. Calvert-Lewin throwing Diaz off it. Before it was Doku, made the ball past Tarkowski, but Braithwaite was doubling up to lend him a hand, taking the ball away from Alvarez. That was about the brilliant and lightning quick Jeremy Doku when he can get in the box and find space. Like Foden, can be deadly. This time it's Everton winning that free kick. Calvert-Lewin judged to have been fouled there by Diaz. So out on the right touchline, about a metre or two in, and about 40 yards back from the byline, Everton has their free kick. It'll be chipped in. It's a decent effort. It's then nudged on, but it was McNeil with the delivery. Calvert-Lewin was on the receiving end, and it did go from one Evertonian to another. He headed it on the edge of the box. Very easy for Edison. Everton have won 8 times this season, but they've lost 10, drawn 5. Just looking at the standings with this result here, City would go 1 point below Liverpool. Everton would go to safety with 20 points. But here's Doku again. We'll chip it in towards Haaland. It's a high and wide header though, with the Norwegian with a good aerial leap to rise the highest, and Doku a little apologetic. He didn't chip it in a little lower. Doku around McNeil, and then was able to get to about 3 yards back from the byline, chip it across from the left half space over to the right, where Haaland was waiting on the corner of the 6-yard box. It's probably been City's best chance of the game. Next fixtures coming for these two sides, but it's Champions League for City. They'll go away to play FC Copenhagen, so a quick trip to Denmark, then they'll face Chelsea and Brentford in 2 consecutive home matches. 2 London-based sides from roughly the same area, about 3 miles between Chelsea and Brentford. Everton with a home match against Crystal Palace coming up, and then away to Brighton and West Ham, and also another game with Manchester United. So it'll be the return of Ashley Young to his former sides. Long throw from Godfrey down the right for Everton, and it was Calvert-Lewin that came to meet it, tried to play it on for Ashley Young, who's given it away, and this time it's Ake. Just right on the edge of the defensive third, just sitting on the left side of the pitch. They're going from right to left, and Rodri will switch play. It was beautifully done. Out towards Stones. In this position of the pitch when they're defending, but in possession, is a situation where Akanji goes out to the left centre-back. It's Ake to the left of him, and Diaz to the right, so it's John Stones, not Akanji out at right back. Use that to throw Dyche off. Everton winless in the past 12 visits here. 5 draws though, so it's not all a horror story. Okay, with another throw. Everton have set up with 6 players there trying to win it back, and they have done so. Good forward pass from Tarkowski in from Idrissa Gueye. It goes past. It's James Garner standing on the touchline, so right on the halfway. City with another throw. And again, they've given it away because Everton's setup was wonderful, and now they'll come down with Young, who plays it into the box. Getting back was Diaz in front of Calvert-Lewin from Edison to release Stones. Foden's a little too close, but then makes that run down the touchline and receives. All of a sudden, City are here. This is beautiful play. Alvarez goes into Branthwaite and out for a corner. And Mateus Nunes created the overload there. Timed his run beautifully because he had to run into the right half space as the option. Portuguese midfielder trying to play it across for Haaland. Goes behind off the Everton defender, so a corner from the right side of the pitch. Half hour mark has just been passed here at the Etihad Stadium. The weather conditions are quite good. Second corner of the game, both to City, and it comes out swinger. And over Stones' head, out towards Doku, on the edge of the box, curls it, looking for Ake, just in front of Pickford, but couldn't quite find it. Out to the right again. Staunch defending by Everton. Nikolenko with a header. Now Calvert-Lewin getting into the mix, trying to knock that on, and will be picked up by Foden, who got back. And towards Doku, lots of space, acres to run into. Wants to run at Godfrey, wants him to come and make a challenge and go around him. Instead, Godfrey did well to wait for a helping hand. The ball was played into the middle, and the run from Akanji sent away from the danger zone. Back with Doku though. And Akanji, the pair working in tandem, squares the ball. And now it's Stones. There's Mateus Nunes. A decent performance so far from him. Out to Doku. Probably been the most potent of any City player. Now Ake, first time cross. Over towards Haaland, Pickford came and missed. So Foden, back for Nunez. Back for Foden, hits it first time, and again it's drilled straight into the defensive line. And Everton, all of a sudden, working overtime to get the ball forward, and Calvert-Lewin, this misguided pass, a little overhit. Will go straight up for a City throw, right side of the pitch into the attacking half. Haaland with 14 goals and 5 assists. And get his first goal of 2024. Here's Doku. Half a chance. Couldn't quite locate a player. Hit it with a lot of power past Alvarez. And from the right side now, City are coming. They're looking ominous. Again, it's Branthwaite. Sticks his right boot out and sends it up for a throw. 33rd minute. Is the damn wall about to break here. Only predicting a high-scoring match. No goals for Everton in those predictions. Now Stones, the former Evertonian, out to the right once more. It's a situation where Rodri's inside of him. Lovely defending by Godfrey. Just chest that back to Pickford. It had to be accurate as well, and it was. Cross coming in from the right for City. Whether that was an attempted switch for Doku, you never know, but it's so far been quality at the back from the Toffees. We'll have the ball with Pickford. He'll find Tarkovsky, goes, rifles the ball down for Calvert-Lewin. It's actually paid off. He's got Akanji that's trailing him though, so it's back for Ashley Young, the former Inter Milan player. Won the Scudetto there, inside ball. And Harrison goes over the top, trying to play in Calvert-Lewin behind two City defenders and into the box, but it's again dribbled out for a goal kick. Just over 10 minutes to go until the break. So the last time Everton actually won here was back in 2010. And the ball forward played for Haaland. Waiting for Alvarez, dancing his way between two, getting past two, and then it was good defending from Godfrey. I think the referee, John Brooks, has said that Godfrey was fouled, just caught by Alvarez from behind. 14 goal involvements for the Argentinian. Godfrey, just his 5th game of the season. It's daunting task. 72nd Premier League game though in his 4th year with Everton since leaving Norwich, and starting with York City. All that available on the Flash Score app. His job today is on Jeremy Doku. It's his first job, and then he's hoping that the likes of Garner and Young and Tarkowski around him can get back and offer some support. On ball down by Pickford, and it's with Mikolenko. Jogs around Haaland. Good body language there to get around the Norwegians. Back for Braithwaite. Usually such a good distributor of the ball. So without a PSV. The long ball forward towards Young. There's nowhere near him. Out comes Edison. Roll that forward to Diaz. Now Foden. It's a wonderful ball, and out comes Pickford. Had to make a decision. It will sit for him to clear. Otherwise, there's Mateus Nunes in behind. All of a sudden, Everton back down the other end. Worrying time for City. Down the left there, continuing to come. Fires a ball into the middle. Lewin again. In the wrong position. Waiting at the right post, but behind a City defender in between the keeper and the defender. The cross came. This time Dwight McNeil sending it in quite rapidly. The theme in this game is Everton erring on the side of caution, and it's been a case of Tarkowski and Braithwaite to the rescue on a number of occasions. The scrap is on in the middle. Doku passed out to Guaya, then to Young. Young looking quite fresh for a 38-year-old. Out to the corner flag he goes. Now whips in the cross. Half a chance there for Calvert-Lewin. Then the shot is fired so wide and so high in from it's Harrison on the left boot. Number 11, 3 goals and 3 assists. He's never going to get his 4th goal with an effort like that. Cross was in from the corner flag towards Calvert-Lewin. It bounced kindly for Harrison, but he hit it. Didn't waste any time. First time. And it was a volley. How do you describe that? On the instep of the left boot. Not quite a volley, not quite a guided shot, but again it's gone well wide of the left post. So he hit that on the angle, looking for the top left corner. Would have been a brilliant hit if he found the target, but probably 3 goals away in terms of distance from where he was intending it to go. 38th minute at 0-0 at Etihad Stadium. Good result for Everton so far. They're looking to get to the break unscathed. With Garner, cross for Tarkowski. Now Braithwaite. Looking for some possession. Let's go to the Flash Score stats. And Everton cautiously pass the ball around. It's an XG of 0.31 for the home side, 0.16 for Everton. 3/4 of the ball for City. 5 goal attempts to 3, but neither keeper forced into making a save. 2 corner kicks for City, nothing for Everton in that regard. They will look to come down through Mikolenko now. Everton with a mid-block on, so there's not much room. You have to go over the top first time, or you have to go short, and that's where City is so dominant. They've given the ball away quite cheaply through Mateus Nunes, and a glum look on the face of Guardiola with that one. A good hustle by Idrissa Gueye to force that mistake. Now back for Pickford. Still in their own defensive third, Everton. Braithwaite. A little over 5 minutes from half time. Not counting added time. Should have 2 or 3 minutes for the injury to Edison, you'd think. To Garner. Back to the keeper once more. No high press from Manchester City. Saving some energy for a late first half onslaught, perhaps. Not sure that Erling Haaland is at full fitness in terms of what he was at in 2023. Coming second in the Best FIFA Awards that were held in London last month. Of course, losing out to Lionel Messi. But we did bring you the game where he played against Al Nassr last week. And that 6-0 thrashing that his side copped into Miami in a tour of Asia and the Middle East. Also lost to Al Hilal. Shipped 4 goals there, 6 against Al Nassr, then went on to play Hong Kong. No Messi and Hong Kong government complaining. Now a long ball for Everton, hopeful one. Picked up by Stones. Good header forward, back to the keeper it goes. 41st minute at 0-0. Goalless stalemate thus far, but City probing for most of the opening half hour. Everton replying in the last 10 minutes with a half chance for Harrison. Calvert Lewin, I think if he just gets that one chance, he can test Edison, who could take a knock early on. So both sides playing the 4-2-3-1. On the bench is Beto for Everton. Also Jamidi and Coleman. And here comes City on the right flank. It's Nunez to take on the player. Braithwaite again. And Mikalenko. But that is some stunning defending. Braithwaite watched it all the way. Didn't look at the legs, just watched the ball. And in that situation, it was the right thing to do. He sent it out for a throw, not a corner. And that's what was crucial in that passage of play. Now it's Akanji. The right side, and it's a stacked low block for Everton. Playing in their away rosy red shirt. And Ake, 2-on-2 on the left. Doku, just coming towards Ghana, goes around the first attempt at a bit of defending there, which was Gueye. Young also out there. Now as Ake will go for another cross. And it's sent away. And that is just a piece of brilliant defending from Everton. No way through, no passing lanes available, and James Garner sends it out for a throw. Back to the halfway for City. Cross from Diaz. They want it at the feet of Rodri when they can for his creativity. And he gets it. The Spaniard comes forward, scored the goal in the Champions League final to win it, to claim the treble. Looking to do it 2 seasons in a row. It'll be a historic first for any sides ever. Akanji. And for Alvarez. Now Foden goes inside, but the outstretched foot brings him down. Mikalenko's sent the English defender to the floor. Vitaly Mikalenko in his 3rd year since leaving Dynamo Kiev. €24 million signing, 2 goals this season, and for his 19th of the campaign. Also Hunt, Keane, Onana, Patterson and Dobbin on the bench with Virginia for Everton. Who are now defended. This free kick is about 15 yards back from the goal line. Foden will take it on the left boot and is out on the right wing. I'd say about another 15 in from the touchline. Another option looks to be Julian Alvarez. So Alvarez will leave it. Foden sends it in to the back post. And that was Pickford that watched it onto Akanji, who came in there, but at the time he'd hit it, he was at the byline. I'm not sure whether that went out first or not, but it didn't come to anything for City. In the 45th minute we tick into now. And Everton have held firm. Some epic defending. Long ball down the line, and Everton will win this one. It's come off Akanji. So Bob, De Bruyne, Grealish, Vardiol, Lewis, Ortega, Bernardo Silva, Walker and Wright on the bench for Pep Guardiola today. No Dele Alli, no Danjuma or Doucouré, or also Andre Gomez for Everton. All out injured, muscular and ankle, and now it's City through Alvarez, who tried to locate Haaland. Out comes the keeper once more and saves the day. Punts that down the pitch, and Akanji has to go to the safety of the touchline. Let's see how much added time we have in the first half. A few seconds to go, and then we will know. But the dynamics up forward with Haaland simply not working today. It might be a case where something doesn't pay off by the hour mark. Guardiola may have to look at bringing off Haaland and throwing Alvarez up a little further. It's 3 minutes of stoppage time in the first half into the first of those. So Grealish named as the playmaker behind Haaland today. Hasn't been able to make much play. De Bruyne might be the answer to that. Who would come off? Could be one of Matheus Nunes or Haaland, you would think. They really would like to play Haaland back into form, and Everton, the shocking record here in the past, 15 years, at the very least, could be the team to get him back into form against. Oh, good give and go from Foden. Again, it's a very crowded central area. Is Alvarez towards Haaland, the edge of the box, but back to goal. Out for Ake. He'll leave that for Doku. Doesn't want to cross it in. He wants to shoot here, the Belgian. He's being stalked by Calvert-Lewin. So he has to pass it back for Diaz. Now Stones on the turn. He's being chased as well. Here's McNeil forcing him to go back. 90 seconds for Everton to hold on. A really good setup in the middle of the park. So City back out to the right side, and they've won a corner from the cross. It's hit Mikolenko once more. So coming from the right corner flag. So will it be Foden or Alvarez? It will be Julian, who raises both arms. 6 assists. Can he make it 7? Towards Haaland. Got there first. Above Gueye. Still there to be put away. The shot might come. And is that a handball? I think the shot came from Rodri there on the left boot. Otherwise, again, it was world-class defending. This time, James Tarkowski putting his body on the line. It was actually Akanji. So that's gone and hit the arm of Tarkowski, but it was up against his body. There's no way you can give a handball for that. 25 seconds to go, another corner that Everton have to withstand here. In a methodical approach to the game from City, who have come in waves but still not found a way through. There might be a very late opportunity here. Referee says no penalty. Let's move on. In it comes again from Alvarez, and that'll be hit from the edge of the box by Foden. It's bobbling around, and I think Everton have given it away once more for another corner. It was repelled by Everton, fell to Foden, who went in with a first hit. It was a drive down low, came off McNeil, and Alvarez will go to the edge of the box, and Foden wants to play it towards the byline again. It's not kept in by Alvarez. Disappointing conclusion. And City will also have a disappointing conclusion to this half. It's been called half-time by the referee, John Brooks. It's Manchester City 0, Everton 0. All the stats available on the match website for Flash Score, also the app. All the stats are there. It's 74% of the ball with City. So you think if they can maintain that in the second half, they should be able to get the win. Chance to go first in the Premier League for them, and a chance for Everton to get to safety. And with this current result, provisionally, they do have safety. Back in about 10 minutes. situation. It's Everton just outside the drop zone now with this particular result. If it stands, they'll kick us off. Going from right to left, it'll be Pickford that receives and sends it long. Picked up by Garner, forward to Calvert-Lewin, who'll go straight away a goal. He was ambitious from outside the box on the left boot, but it goes a little wide of the right post by a metre, and Edison didn't have to make a save. Still neither keeper having to make one. The first few seconds of the second half, some of the most lively from Everton, who did come forward methodically in transition, playing the counter-attacking game in that first half. City, they did probe, unable to play balls into the box quickly enough, and Haaland wasn't in the right position when he did receive. Now they'll work their way up from the back line. It's City that have played 22 coming into this match, won 15 of those, lost just 3, only conceded 25 goals, and Everton aren't the deadliest in front of the goal. They've only scored 26 times. Similar defences though. City have conceded 25, Everton 30. Big difference between the points tallies though. It's 49 against 19 as Ake comes down the left. It's Doku on the spin, gets around Godfrey out on the far touchline. Everton having to defend in numbers now. It's good ball in for Akanji to join in. He's had it picked away from him, and then it's Calvert-Lewin. The ball going well past it, quite easy to be lapped up by Stones. Now it's Foden. We've had a couple of pings at goal. Every time City struck towards Pickford's goal, it was blocked. Some expert defending by Tarkowski and Braithwaite, developing into a wonderful duo. Now the cross in from Matheus Nunes. One of the 4 changes for Pep Guardiola into this game. It's back for Akanji. Sweep it across to Ake. Here comes Doku. Good first time passing from City. It's up and away by Tarkowski. He has to double down with a header, but he's pushed from behind. And Everton will have a free kick in their own box. Julian Alvarez again catching Tarkowski. Saw that already once in the first half. First half stats we'll show you. Shots on goal. There's only one, and that was Everton. 10 goal attempts to 4 overall. Nothing happening for Guardiola's men, who approach this game in a 4-2-3-1. Just get confirmation there were no half-time changes into the 4th minute. The second half there definitely were none. Edison in goal, Stones, Diaz, Akanji and Ake across the back line. Rodri and Nunes in the middle. On the left side still is Doku, and he will find Rodri to go around one, makes space for the shot from outside the box, and it's rifled wide once more. Maybe took a deflection there, but Alvarez was able to receive a square ball. Rodri instrumental in this passage. Doku was able to hold off Godfrey, went back in towards Rodri, took it to the edge of the box, and it was Alvarez who drove it well wide. It was always spraying away from the right post. Haaland and Foden, the other players in this 11 for City at the moment. Everton, though, with Pickford at the back, in goal, Tarkowski, Braithwaite, Godfrey, and Mykolenko, Idrissa Gueye and James Garner in the middle of the park, with Young on the right side, McNeil on the left, Harrison in support of Calvert-Lewin. And it's out towards Nunes. Square pass. Stones, another one with Foden, who's operating a lot more centrally. More creative license for him as Nunes takes a hit from behind. It's Mykolenko who gives away another free kick. We saw at the end of the first half the Ukrainian was all important in ensuring they would get the clean sheet up until the break. Now Diaz from the throw. Ake, Akanji. Not sure they're going to be able to find their way through with 3 defenders on the ball at all times. Out to Doku. He's immediately closed down. Again, quick passing all the way to Diaz. The extra man is Edison. He'll get around. And he attempted a bit of pressure up forward from Everton. Another long ball. Haaland. Foden. 40 yards away. Nunes takes 4 or 5 touches. Gets around his man there. That was well done. McNeil beaten. And Mikalenko had to make a decision. He waited for his opponent and Foden to slip. Gets the ball down the line. Calvert-Lewin puts a head to it, but it then bounces away. Beaten up by Akanji. Square ball for Rodri. Maraud forward and then put it down towards Doku. That was a wonderful pass. Here comes the Belgian. In it comes towards Haaland. And again, Branthwaite with a high boot. Goes directly up in the air and easy for Pickford to gobble that one up. So the first 5 minutes, a lot happening in this. City looking the more dangerous when they come down towards Jeremy Doku's area. The last time Everton won here was 2010. Now they poised for a heroic victory this evening. It was Cahill and Baines. They got them out to a 2-0 lead on that day. It was Moyes' Everton against Mancini's City. Yaya Toure pulled one back in the 72nd minute. There's an injury here. I think it's Ben Godfrey that is down there. City winning 5-0 against Everton here on match day 38 of 21-22. De Bruyne, Gabriel Jesus, Foden, and a double for Kun Aguero. Everton actually finished in 10th place under Ancelotti that season, despite that thrashing. Situation in terms of scoring goals this term. Doucouré with 6, unavailable today for Sean Dyche. 3 for Calvert-Lewin and 3 for Harrison. And they continue to be their biggest threat going forward. Ashley Young has looked vibrant down that right side though, at times. A couple of minutes for an injury there. And how long until we see the likes of Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne brought in to perhaps put the balance back in the favour of City, unbeaten in the past 13 Premier League games against Everton. Actually beat Everton on Boxing Day 3-1. And that day it was Harrison with a goal, and then Foden, Alvarez and Silva. No such luck today. A long way to go though. Pickford will punt down from the restart and go directly out of play. Throw on the left side for City at the back. Akanji, who is playing at left centre-back, just inside of Ake. Now Rodri playing inside that back 4. He's got Calvert-Lewin tracking it. Good navigation system in the Everton number 9, but then Foden trying to swerve his way through, couldn't wriggle away from Ghana, which is Idrissa Gueye, and he'll receive a yellow card for that challenge. The man who's returned from a spell in Cote d'Ivoire with the Cup of Nations. That final I'll be bringing you tomorrow evening. Ivory Coast up against Nigeria. The 34-year-old, the first player into the book here, and for his 16th game of the season, 1 goal scored. Second stint at Everton with PSG in between. Guardiola conspiring on the touchlines there in the dugouts. What's he going to do next? Is it a matter of bringing Haaland out of the game? Perhaps Alvarez or Nunes? Would be my picks if I was going to make a change. Into the 10th minute of the second half. It's been known, by no means been a breathtaking match of football. Keepers haven't been brought into it apart from distributing play. It's a clever game from Sean Dyche. 300th game as a Premier League coach here today at the Etihad Stadium for him. There's some kind of boil over. It looks as if Kyle Walker has been told to warm up. I'm not sure whether that's a chance for the likes of Haaland to stay on, try and receive some crosses in from the right side. Grealish also told to warm up, so I guess it's mandatory for the usual suspects to get warm. Ben Godfrey's going off behind the goal, so what's going to happen here? We're going to have the first change of the game. It's coming for Everton, and it is Godfrey. Coleman will come on. So the first move for Dyche. Seamus Coleman, 35 years old. He's an Irish defender. Let's see how he goes up against the likes of Doku. Kevin De Bruyne is also going to come in. Coleman in for his fourth game. He's been with Everton for so long, since 2009. And De Bruyne is about to come on there. Everton coming forward through Tarkowski, still in their own half though. First time pass from Ghana out to the left wing. Neil can't put it forwards. Well, that's Haaland into the back of his opponent there, which was Branthwaite. Thought he was away towards the byline. Didn't have anyone waiting inside the box. It was not sure if there was hands in the back there, but it looked 50-50 otherwise. Double change for Pep and City. So Kanji coming out. Walker will come on right back. Swiss defender is off. Here comes an English one. Kyle Walker doesn't need much of an introduction, and neither does number 17, Kevin De Bruyne. When he plays, they usually win. And now he's out there with Rodri in the middle. And will operate with Alvarez. A couple of Belgians, De Bruyne and Doku. Let's see if they can link up. Now it's City defending. They've won the ball back in their defensive third. They'll chip it long. Walker's first involvement will be a long ball that Branthwaite will watch spin out of play. 32 years old now, Kevin De Bruyne. It's just his fifth appearance of the season, has 1 goal and 3 assists. That is outstanding. 4 goal involvements in 4 games before coming on here. 58th minute of play at 0-0. City and Everton. Match day 24. City with a game in hand, but could go top nonetheless with a win. Everton looking just to stay alive and find out another season in the bottom half. Good ball by Rodri, and out comes Pickford. Again, situation where this time it was Kyle Walker, but no one there on the receiving end. Really nice throw forward, out to the left. It's brought back by Ghana. Now a good diagonal pass. There's Ghana out to the right side for Young. Can invite Coleman to bring in the cross towards Calvert-Lewin, and again it's Diaz and Stones in the way. And back for Ake, still at left back. It's Rodri now, unfazed by the press. Gets around and finds Alvarez. He'll sweep it out towards Walker on the halfway line now. Second half, City have had even more possession than the first. It's 82% in this half alone, and they had 74% in the first half, so it's just insane. Everton sitting back and waiting to strike. The tempo of the game is with Pep Guardiola. A good awareness so far from the Toffees. Working the left side now. City into the attacking third. Good ball into the box. Alvarez is there, and they'll be bullied off the ball. And that was stunning work from Branthwaite. And so casually put the pass forward towards Ghana. Everton will work their way towards a halfway line where it goes out for a City throw. And that was instinctive defending, not impulsive at all. Branthwaite is a heavy-duty defender, that's for sure. So the throw back with Ake inbounds. Just a recap, 3 changes made. Coleman in for Godfrey for Sean Dyche. And double change for Pep Guardiola. Walker and De Bruyne in for Nunes and Akanji. So they want that threat from outside the box with De Bruyne and his ability. He loves to shoot a goal whenever he's given the space. It's all about finding the yardage, though. Enough space to swing the boot. And there's Doku. Just couldn't work the ball out from in between his legs and slips. It's an unforced error. If we're going to bring tennis terminology into this one. Out front, Everton throw on the right side, and we'll try to work through a pass for Calvert-Lewin. I think it was going to be offside in any case. It's brought back towards Edison. And forward it will come through Diaz. Now Stones. Good pass so that Walker can run onto it. A wonderful ball into a dangerous spot for Foden, who works it back to Walker. The edge of the box with Alvarez. Here's De Bruyne. Working his way. Taking two away and then finding Alvarez, who couldn't get the shot away. De Bruyne will come back with it though. It's magnetised to his boot. Lovely pass towards Haaland. In for Alvarez, the 1-2. Back for Haaland. Now to Doku. Now to Haaland. That's lovely across the face of goal. The ball was low, but McNeil was there. He'll play it out for another corner. This time it's City with De Bruyne involved, turning the screw, and a little bit of fear starting to come into this back line for Everton. How long can Brandt wait and Tarkowski hold out? This will be a corner on the right side, taken by De Bruyne. Beautifully into the middle. Goes over the head of Stones, out towards Doku, lifted back in, and it's dangerous. Again, Everton can mop up at the back and just clear their lines. Now it's Ghana with a high ball forward, out towards the left touchline. He wants a foul. It's going to go against Kyle Walker as well, and that's a big moment, a relieving one for Everton. It's all about the tenacity here. It was Ghana that was shoved a little by Walker. There's a little frustration coming out there in that push from Walker. Also just a little rash. He's come in with a full tank of petrol. So up comes Pickford. It's about 8 metres his side of halfway, out on the left wing. It's going to have to be well hit, and is as usual from him. Out to the right side. Gives him time to sprint back if he needs to. It's going to go out harmlessly for a City throw. 63rd minute. City 0, Everton 0. Can they hold out? Pickford's never actually pulled off a clean sheet against City in 14 previous attempts. Next game's coming up. It's Champions League for City against Copenhagen, Crystal Palace. It's a home game at Goodison for Everton. Dyche saying that they must believe that they can beat the likes of City. Well, they're in good stead. They've got the platform. They've set up. They've held firm. The main thing is they haven't conceded and haven't allowed City a shot to force a save out of Pickford. More importantly, all it takes is one error at the back for City, and it'll be a sorry day for them. Liverpool and Arsenal fans watching on, all barracking for Everton. They'll have to defend here. The ball is out on a platter for Doku. Goes in between the legs of Coleman. Into the box he comes. Could this be the moment? No. It's Tarkowski that comes over to ensure that it goes for a corner. Another one. It's not glorious from either side, and Seamus Coleman, 35 years of age, was totally outdone there by Doku, who went through his legs. City might go short here. It's from the left sides. It's going to be hit in long, but it's not going to be a curler, and it didn't give time for Foden to bring it down. He'll get it back. It's a clearing header from Ghana. Now Rodri playing as the last defender. Bring it towards Alvarez. Out to the left again for Doku. They love going down there. He's got 2 or 3 options behind him. Here's De Bruyne. Ball speared it, and again Everton hold firm. Doku up against the touchline. He's got two in front of it. De Bruyne has a little more space. That is a wonderful ball back into the box, but it's again seen off by Everton. Tarkowski watched that ball come in. He knew that De Bruyne has his radar on. Doku made the run in. Just couldn't quite get it in behind the defence. Tarkowski with potentially a match-saving pass out of trouble. Now Foden dances around. It's Ghana. Mikalenko came forward as well. The ball is high and it's long. It's overhit from Kyle Walker. And again, it's another small win for Everton. Two small wins make up huge results. Not going to say victories because Everton might just pull off a 0-0 here. Starting to get in the mind of Guardiola, who's beaten Daesh 16 times from 17. City will have a throw in their own half, just on their half of the halfway line. The linesman waved his flag about something there. Might be an injury. James Tarkowski, unmistakable. Tarkowski, 31 years old, 24th game of the season. 1 goal, 1 assist. And he's saying he's been caught by De Bruyne, or perhaps a high elbow in the Belgian midfield, and the two come together and hug it out. It's all good. Stones for Walker. Stones doesn't have that license to get forward as much as he did last season. 10th game of the season, hasn't scored this year nor provided an assist. 8th year since leaving Everton, where he played 77 times in the Premier League. Square ball by Doku. 50-50 contest there. Slade. Oh, that's wonderful from Stones, who won it back. And here comes City with a shot from outside the box. It was hit high. Goes well over. And again, it's Rodri, who cannot test Pickford. That would have been from 25 yards with the instep of the right boot. A little further out than the winner he hit against Inter Milan in the Champions League final. That was made by John Stones. Won the ball back. Pass square to Rodri on the edge. And Everton might have to make another change here with a player down. And that was from a situation. I think it's Dwight McNeil there with his hands over his face. He came in and John Stones slid, took the ball away, continued on without ever looking back. It was relentless from the City number 5. Everton in 17th place with this result. Although Luton, who would sit below them, would have 2 games in hand and just be on the same amount of points all season from Luton, and we will hear from them a little later while this injury is being sorted out. Let's take a look at what's upcoming on the 5 Score Network this afternoon. Some more Premier League brought to you unofficially, should add. Fulham, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Burnley, Luton, Sheffield United, Tottenham and Brighton, with Wolves and Brentford. Those are the 3 o'clock kickoffs. The live game block out. I'm allowed to see those on television, not in the UK. So now we're back underway. It's De Bruyne who can streak down the left wing, and another sliding tackle comes across. That was no-nonsense stuff. He means business, doesn't he, Ghana? Sitting in front of that midfield. Here comes it's Ake. Rodri. Beautiful ball to open up space for it's Foden. Out for Walker. First time ball in. And again, a diving effort. I think that may have gone into the abdomen or other part of the body for... So, who is that down there? It's James Garner. He rolled across. Might be holding his left knee there. 20 minutes to go, and Alvarez wanting to waste no time with the corner. And it comes at the near post, and again a City player's there first. And it's headed away. And it's come off Ruben Diaz. And Then on to Coleman. Coleman is marking up on Stones now. Can they hold out here? Header down towards the goal. Haaland! He breaks his goal duck here. Hasn't scored since November, but that's his first in 2024. In the 71st minute, he strikes truly. Blistering. That past it's Jordan Pickford in the goal. They celebrate here at the Etihad. It's City 1, Everton 0, and it's Erling Haaland that strikes for his 15th of this season. Ball came into him a little fortuitously. Was bouncing around, it needed to be struck. He thought, well, he'll take the responsibility on and go for goal. He's got the killer instinct. And it's all started with Alvarez. Got a header down initially. That was Stones on the penalty spot. His ball down. Everton couldn't clear. Fell to Haaland on the edge of the 6-yard box. He's probably 9 yards out by the time he swung the right boot at it. It went past Coleman, past Garner, and then more importantly, Pickford couldn't keep it out. He did get a hand to it, but the power on that, it was hit with real fury. 3 months of fury, you could say. We're into February. Haaland hasn't scored since November in the Premier League. Frustrations about the injury, and all that coming out and translating into that wonderful goal, you'd have to say. That was a stunning hit. Fine form from City. It's just been a case of not being able to find enough space. Opposing box touches. Not too many in the first half for Everton, just half a dozen. I'm not sure they've had more than that in the second half. And they need to work their way forward. It's brought up by Harrison to Calvert-Lewin. This is something we're not used to. Everton having the ball down the right line, still in their own half. They've gone backed up, given away by Ghana, picked up nicely by Coleman. Measured pass. There's space here. If they can release Mikalenko, goes behind him, but he's still moving forward. Forward motion is what's needed for Everton. Wants to go around Walker, who then pushes him off. Mikalenko, good tenacity, but it's a foul on Phil Foden. Having a look at the flash score application, you look at matches for Erling Haaland and scroll all the way back. You can see his last goal was against RB Leipzig in the Champions League, but before that it was one against Liverpool, and that was hit in match day 13. That was his 14th of the season in just 13 games. Remarkable. And he scored in the 27th minute in that 1-1 draw here at the Etihad. Alexander-Arnold drawing level. Since then, had not scored in the competition. A couple of weeks before that, in the 4-4 draw with Chelsea, got a double. Also got a double against the Young Boys. Fantastic season before the injury. He missed a whole number of games, I think 10 in total if you include the friendlies, and came back for 20 minutes against Burnley in a 3-1 win. Played 85 minutes against Brentford on Monday night, and he scores here. It's just his third game back to get that goal, but again it was November and he was able to find the net last in this competition. But it's Manchester City that leads at home, and believing for their fans. Wherever you're listening around the world, we thank you for joining Live Sport EU and Flash Score Network. Here's another header away from Mikalenko. Walker was up high. He'll chip that back for Foden. More relaxed looking City. And Everton will have to open up as the minutes tick by. If they don't score, then they come forward with a 3-man high press, sorted out by Stones. Walker once more, and I guess those changes you could attribute to Guardiola being able to get into the lead here, because it was a corner that was won the right side of play. Alvarez in towards Stones. Everton unable to get the ball away from danger, and eventually fell to probably the best young striker under the age of 25, Timor Victor Osimhen. You'd think Osimhen playing in the AFCON final tomorrow night. We'll see how prolific he is. Neither of those strikers, in all honesty, scoring too many goals in the past 2 or 3 months. All the accolades falling to Lionel Messi, who hasn't even been in Europe. Ballon d'Or winner, FIFA Best Award winner. So City settling play down on the left, 76th minute. So with Diaz. So the main change for Guardiola was De Bruyne and Walker in for Akanji and Mateus Nunes. Godfrey brought off. That was in the 56th minute. Came off injured. And with Seamus Coleman coming in. Coleman unable to close Haaland down, but I'm not sure too many defenders would have been able to stop him from shooting. That is the goal that separates us. Scored 5 minutes ago. So also Haaland's 20th goal contribution of this season. Got a long way to go. Double change coming. An attacking one for Sean Dyche. It's a situation where I think Nikolenko is going to come off. Also, a City change first. Actually, it's the other number 19, Julian Alvarez. Helped create the possible winner here with that corner, Bernardo Silva. Fans love seeing him come up. Number 19 for the number 20. Portuguese master, you could call him, is coming in, and there is a change here with Ashley Young and Dominic Calvert-Lewin brought off. Forward is Beto. And the other one is Onana. So Beto, former Udinese striker. And Evertonians will be loving the return of Amadou Onana, playing against his Belgian compatriots in the national sides. 22 years old, Onana. It's game number 18 for him this season. Still 1 goal, no assists. Former Lille player, it's his 2nd season since leaving Ligue 1. Spent the most money in the January window overall, more than the Premier League, amazingly. Keeping the walls closed in January, most of the Premier League outfits. But Everton winner in midfield, and they're into the attacking half. Garner will give it out to the right side. Onana is involved early. Back in, there'll be a left-footed strike from McNeil. He's closed down. Now Garner out for Onana once more. Coleman. Onana is trying to get in the thick of things. City for Bernardo Silva, offering a bit of pressure on the left side of their defence. Ball in towards Beto. But somehow Stones gets his leg in the way, and the clearance isn't convincing from Edison. Haaland had to use his body to hold up play and wins the free kick just on the defensive side of halfway. And the other change, Calvert-Lewin off for Beto, who is Portuguese striker, 26 years old, played a couple of years in Serie A, in for his 19th of the season, only has 1 goal. It was a €25 million transfer. He wears the number 14, but it's all about who wears the number 9 for Manchester City today in the early Premier League kickoff. City, at this stage, are number 1 in the Premier League. Above Liverpool they will go. The other game against Brentford that they have in hand is coming later on this month. That is going to be a sizzler. Now Roderick scooping out towards Dockett. Haaland goes into the box. Wants some more service. He's on the penalty spot. Now on the 6-yard line. Put the ball in towards Doku. The Belgian falls over. Ball goes behind. Goal kick Everton. So unfortunately for the Toffees today. There's no Doucouré, who was their highest scorer with 6 goals. No Danjuma either. So Betul comes in. Here's Onana. Made up his options. Brings the ball back as he gave it away. And now it's Braithwaite. Can distribute quite an accurate passer of the ball. Pin him 50 yards. Mikolenko back for Pickford. Braithwaite might get his chance now. Goes inside. Finds Onana. Now there's a bit of run. Tries the ball through. There's an offside surely that's going to come against... Here's that Beto that had the chance at goal. It was a shocking finish. But he was going for a bit of goal shooting practice there. Goal missing practice, you could call that one. That was disastrous the way he hit that. I thought he was through as well. It's offside by about a metre. It was well thought out by Diaz and Stones, who held their line and realised that Onana was going to play the pass at a specific time, and they held. Less than 10 minutes to go. City winning by 1-0 over Everton. Coming off a 2-2 draw with Tottenham. Braithwaite and Harrison scoring in that draw. Can either of them get on the score sheet today in Bash's 300th Premier League match as a coach? So I need the 7th manager to do that. Undefeated in the past 3, but winless in the past 6. Everton. Last win against Manchester City was 15 games ago. Dash saying they must believe. I guess there's still enough time to restore the faith. They drew on their last visit 1-1. Can they do that again? Up against the formidable Manchester City. It's their fortress, they're calling this. Lost only once in the past 35 Premier League home games. 129 of those, drawn 5, and the only loss against Brentford. It's a name that seems to be coming up as Haaland makes his way down towards the right corner flag, and he's given away the ball here. Linesman saying it's an Everton throw, Haaland. So you think if they can maintain that in the second half, they should be able to get the win. Chance to go first in the Premier League for them, and a chance for Everton to have regular time to go. Just another reminder, coming up at 3 p.m. or unofficial Premier League broadcast: Fulham, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Burnley, Luton, Sheffield United, Tottenham, Brighton, and Wolves, Brentford. A late kick-off at 5:30. Well, it's late for the UK. Is Nottingham against Newcastle. Also, we have Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen. South the Bay Arena for Leverkusen's home game. That's broadcast later. And Serie A action with Milan and Napoli coming up against each other tomorrow. Also the AFCON final, which I'll be taking you through. The long ball down towards Betu. Out comes Edison. It's going to be an Everton throw on the left side, about 25 yards back from that corner flag. So AFCON final will come to you tomorrow evening UK time at 8 p.m. And that is the host nation, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, up against Nigeria as Everton work their way down the left touchline. It's a hopeful crossing, and it's hit the head of Kyle Walker. And that is Dwight McNeil, who has toiled away all day. 6 goal involvements this season. The former Burnley man, €17 million signing. 4 years there. And it's his 2nd year with the Toffees. Braithwaite back for his 3rd stint. Toffees Junior. Going backwards, Mikolenko. Choosing their battles wisely. Back from Tarkovsky. Out comes Pickford. Wants to offer the extra man at the back. Braithwaite doesn't go for the long pass. Intelligent play. It's got a high footballing IQ. It's out to the right side now. It's with Coleman. Feed that on. Everton coming down the right side. Coleman wanted the ball back. It'll fall to Onana instead. That's stern defending from Ake. Away it comes, and De Bruyne can play it into space for Haaland. There's a foot race on here. He and Brentford. He's gone past him, muscled his way past, and smashed the ball past Pickford for 2-0. 85th minute. Surely that's the winner. Manchester City 2, Everton 0, and Haaland was played in by De Bruyne. Still had plenty of work to do. He made his run from inside his own half, picked the ball up, shrugged off the defender. Pickford came towards the edge of the box, and on the left boot from the right side, in line with the right post, he has just put that low down into the left side of the goal. And Everton have come undone. It has unravelled. They've left it late, Manchester City. But they have done it in the last 20 minutes. Haaland with a double. Hadn't scored since November. Now, all of a sudden, he's on a hat-trick. It was almost a rugby-like hit there on Brentford, who was scrambling to get back. Desperate defending. I think it's just a case of the feet coming together. Brentford's foot up against Haaland, but Haaland didn't lose his footing. Was there an arm involved? I don't think there was enough in there to warrant the goal to be ruled out. It was a superb finish. Rolled. It was strokes past Jordan Pickford, who still, in his 15th attempt against City, will end up without his clean sheet. Brentford saying he was fouled. Don't think that Haaland has too much to answer for there. Fair enough, you can ask the question. And now it's a chance for Jack Grealish to get some game time. Manchester City, number 10, coming on. It's a much happier second half at the Etihad Stadium than the first. Pep Guardiola's men will have to accept some flack for what they produced in the first half, but Everton, they held firm. It was like watching Russell Crowe in The Gladiator, trying to convince everyone to stick together. From the kickoff, Everton give it away. Haaland touches that back, and Grealish under a staunch sliding tackle in there from Harrison. He's playing still behind Betu. Grealish in for game number 14 this season. 1 assist and 3 goals. It's his third season since leaving Aston Villa. He never played in 3 club shirts. Did have 1 season with Notts County back in 2013-14, so that's 10 years ago. And he was a €117.5 million signing in 2021 from Aston Villa to the English champions. Contract that runs until 2027. That's another feature on the Flash Squad that you can check out. So a bit of rough and tumble in that second goal from Erling Haaland. That's goal number 16 for the season. More importantly, as I said, he's on a hat-trick. Double change with McNeil and Gueye coming out. Gueye was on a yellow card. In comes Cherniti and Dobbin. So Lewis Dobbin is a forward-thinking player. He's an English 21-year-old striker. He's in for game number 9. So a few valuable minutes here. Few, I say. Quite literally. Played last season with Derby County, 3 goals, 4 assists. And those in 43 games. But he's an Everton under 18 and under 21, under 23 player. And here he is with a first touch. Keeps it in, takes it away from Kyle Walker and Mikolenko. This is a really nice system to watch here from Pep Guardiola. FIFA best coach of the year 2023. And why wouldn't he be winning the treble? 90th minute of play, City lead by 2 goals to 0. Another player in is Cherniti, the Portuguese young forward. He's only 19. But it is a platform here to play at the Etihad. Is a learning curve for most players. He's come over as a €12.5 million signing from Sporting Lisbon. That means he's hailing from the same territory as plenty of greats that have come before him. Not from where Bernardo Silva's from, though. He's a Benfica boy. Went to Monaco and arrived at City in 2017. Here's a chance for Betu, who strikes beautifully into the bottom corner. But I think that's an offside call from the linesman. They will check it. And he hit that ferociously from the left half space. Definitely is offside here. And again, it's smart defending from Manchester City. Hit it much better than his first effort from his previous offside position. Nearly pulled one back. We've got 10 minutes of added time, quite unbelievably. I think maybe there'd be 5 or 6, but linesman, I guess, had to deal with a couple of injuries. Medical staff out there, so 10 minutes of additional time. A minimum of about 113 minutes in this game. We had 3 added time minutes in the first half as Walker on a diagonal run brings it back to Rodri. It'll be 53 games in a row that he's played and hasn't lost for Manchester City. So the dream goes on. Back for Ake. Game was in the balance for a long time until the 71st minute when Haaland was able to smash home. It was not exactly an acute angle, but still was on an angle from about 8 yards from the edge of the, let's say, the left side of the 6-yard box. Sublime from him. And second goal was finessed on the left boot. So one with the right boot, one with the left. And City surging to the top of the Premier League standings, where many expect them to be. Didn't look like they would be able to defend their title a couple of months back, but they've had a good run. Situation where they will go 36 Premier League home games without losing. Here comes Foden, who's got the push in the back from Onana, and he gives him one back. Here's Grealish, left side, operating there with Bernardo Silva. Silva gets on the ball and 25 yards back, finds Stones, can't weave his way through. Out to Ake, then Grealish. Crafty player, but does stop play a lot, allows defences to get reset. Foden not so. Quicker thinker. And Walker is one of the 2 centre-backs at the moment as City persevere, looking for a third goal. At least opting to keep possession. 7 minutes of the added time period to go. Out to the left again for Grealish. I'm only predicting a 3-0 scoreline in this game. Well, there's so much time, could end up 3 or 4. I thought we had a 1 goal cut back there before with the Betu offside. And back for Diaz. Walker also there, but Edison goes back out to the left side of the fence, back to the keeper. City playing keep ball. Don't really care how they do it. They just want the result. They would have taken 1-0. They'd take 5-4 if you gave it to them. They just want the success. And Pep Guardiola will have to go down alongside some of the other greats of the Premier League, including Sir Alex Ferguson, you would think, at this stage. Plenty have come before him and fizzled out. Seen it with Jose Mourinho, who did do quite a good job with City's cross-down rivals Manchester United, though. Got a second place finish back in 2017-18. Everton have given it away with De Bruyne. Goes across the pitch towards Grealish, into the box, back towards De Bruyne, but the shot will come from Foden. And it was down low, the man who got a hat-trick against Brentford on Monday. Hit that in line with the left post. and it was on target, so it goes down as a save. Pickford there in its way. Next game's coming up. It's Champions League, FC Copenhagen, and then it's Chelsea and Brentford. So a dual obligation against two London clubs. Then it's an away game to Bournemouth for Manchester City. Everton will take on Crystal Palace at home. Then it's Brighton and West Ham and Manchester United. So West Ham will be at home, and it'll be away against United. It's not too far from Liverpool to Old Trafford. Not too far from Liverpool to Etihad either. Maybe a little bit closer. And Nikolenko hasn't had the best day. It's been tough for him, and Godfrey Doku was full of movement in the first half. Godfrey eventually had to be substituted. Coleman came on. Everton journeyman, you could say. He's a journeyman in the way that he's gone the distance, but not one of those journeymen that we define as not being able to find a club and not quite good enough at this level. But there's a yellow card coming for Ghana now, and that's for a challenge on Grealish. There's a push, and then Grealish got away and came in with a slightly better challenge. Ghana then immediately turning around to referee John Brooks and saying, look, that's my first real foul of the day. It's the 96th minute, please let me off. But no, he's got a yellow card. Former Manchester United junior played 2 games there, did James Garner, before going off to Watford and Nottingham Forest. Second year with Everton. Still fighting hard, even though they're down and they're out, but still they will fight on Everton in their quest to stay up in this division. With this result, they're back into 18th place, so that is one of the bottom 3 sides. 19 points for them. They've now conceded 32 goals. Stay on 19 points. Can't get the 27th goal today, or can they? Still 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go in this extremely long and generous 10 minutes of added time. They came in at 18th. They will leave at 18th. And there's a chance for Luton to get away from them, create a potential, well, anywhere from 2 to 6 points, the gap there between the side from the city north of London. Nottingham Forest also their game in hand over Everton. Also Burnley and Sheffield have that game in hand, but still, even if they both won, they'd still be behind Everton. City at the other end though, 52 points. They are 1 above Liverpool. Liverpool, I think they should have the win this afternoon in their game, which is coming up at 3 p.m. They'll take on Burnley. But Luton and Sheffield United, that is, you could call that a 6-pointer. Even though Luton are on 20 points, they were not tipped to ever make it out of the bottom 3 throughout the entirety of the season. Sheffield United on 10 points. But this day today, it's about Manchester City finding a way through when it counted. And it's about taking their chances when they came. And Erling Haaland has shown that he is back. Long ball towards Berti, trying to open up space and give him a spot in the field in the left half space where he could be isolated with Stones. He's well past it, fizzes through to Edison. Neither side really intense on any attacking play now. It's Everton with a 4-4-2 setup. It's about 15 metres between each line. It's with Edison on his penalty spot though. Final 45 seconds. You would think to put Everton out of their misery, so they can get going and concentrate on Crystal Palace, which is winnable for them. It all depends on how Palace turn up with Eze and Olise, who are 2 absolute superstars. Ball is back with Diaz, Stones, And Walker goes long, goes over the top for De Bruyne. Has a chance here if he can find the goal with a chip. Oh, hasn't missed by much there. He had the option to go for goal or find Haaland for his hat-trick. And the Belgian chipped Pickford, who was well off his line. That is a thing of beauty to watch. Kyle Walker's ball. It was a big chance there for De Bruyne, who's come off the bench. Couldn't finish emphatically, and that's the end of the match. Referee John Brooks has seen enough. Manchester City with a 2-0 win over Everton on match day 24. They go back to the top of the Premier League standings. That's where they think they belong. I guess many would think that Everton belong in the bottom three. That's where they are on 19 points. Erling Haaland with a second half brace. 71st minute strike. And then he finished Everton off in the 85th minute. An assist for Ake, an assist for De Bruyne. And what counts most is the scoreline, despite the stats which you can see on the Flash Score app. A lot of ball possession for the home side. 18 goal attempts to 5. I'll let you look through those. City with a trip to Denmark next to play FC Copenhagen in the Champions League. It's Everton who will host Crystal Palace on match day 25. We'll leave it there. It ends Manchester City 2, Everton 0.